Okay, boys and girls, here we did passage or theme practice number 1 together. I'm going to read you out loud theme practice number 2. Jimmy loved old cartoons more than anything. So, when he saw that there was going to be a classic cartoon marathon at his local theater on Sunday, he was overjoyed. Overjoyed means really happy. From 8 a.m. to 8 p.m., the theater would be showing all of his favorites. One low price got you in for the whole day, and it also got you unlimited buttery popcorn. Jimmy's parents knew how much he loved classic cartoons. When he convinced them that all of his schoolwork was done, they let him go. What he told his parents wasn't totally true, however. Jimmy had an important history test Monday. He had studied a little on Saturday, and he had planned to study a lot more on Sunday. However, he then found out about the cartoon marathon, and he knew that he couldn't pass it up. On Sunday morning, Jimmy got up before 8 and headed for the theater. He told himself that he'd only stay till noon. After that, he'd return home to study. He told himself that 4 hours of cartoons would be plenty. Hour after hour passed, and Jimmy stuffed his face with buttery popcorn. He was having a wonderful time. Finally, noon arrived. Jimmy gave himself 2 more hours. He figured that if he left at 2, he would still have lots of time to study. At some point, he thought that he should eat some actual food, not just popcorn. Unfortunately, it was so delicious and buttery that he just kept plowing through it. He was having the time of his life. 2 became 4, 4 became 6, and then 6 became 8. Each time the deadline moved, Jimmy convinced himself that he'd have enough time to study. He told himself that he was having too good of a time not to stay. At 8 p.m., Jimmy left the theater for this short walk back to his house. He felt sick, and by the time he got home, he felt too ill to study at all. Jimmy told himself that he'd get up early and study, so he went to sleep. He got up and still didn't feel good, so he had a hard time concentrating. He couldn't study, so he just went to school. He hoped that his studying on Saturday would be enough to pass. Between not studying at all on Sunday and feeling sick from his eating mounds and mounds of buttery popcorn, Jimmy was in bad shape to take the history test. That is why he ended up with a 49 as his score. A 49 is, he got 49 points out of 100. So basically he failed his history test. So what you guys are going to do over in this box is, what is the theme of this story? So what is the lesson that Jimmy learned? So don't forget, guys, you need to restate the question. The theme of the story is, and then you're going to answer it. And then it says, use evidence from the story that supports the theme you choose. So you need to go in here and tell me what things happened in the story, or what parts of this story made you think that was the theme. Okay, if you want to get full credit, you have to restate your answer, or restate your question, answer, and provide text evidence to get full credit.